The hook. You're sitting at a red light in your $87,000 Ram 1500 Limited. Perfect features is waiting you, heated massaging seats, 12-inch touchscreen, a bed that has carried exactly 3 things since you bought it: a Christmas tree, an IKEA flat pack box, and your nephew's go-kart. You work in a real estate company. The heaviest thing you lift is a MacBook Pro. My name is Volke, and today we're going to do something your Ford dealer never will. We're going to run the actual numbers on what owning that truck is costing you. Not the sticker price, not the monthly payment, the real, total, life-altering cost. A spoiler for you, it's not $87,000, it's closer to $120,000. And that's before we talk about the house you can't buy, the vacation you can't take, and the career risk you're too scared to make. The purchase price illusion. Let's start with purchase price, because that's where most people. Bursey, sextrical thinking shuts off. The average new pickup truck in America costs $62,000. That's the average, not the loaded trim with the panoramic sunroof and the 20-inch wheels. If you want the Ram Limited, the Silverado High Country, or the F-150 Platinum, the ones they actually sell, you're looking at $75,000 to $95,000. The median household income in the U.S. is $81,000. You are financing a vehicle that costs more than your entire family earns in a year. Now the dealer sits you down, then he starts to convince you. He doesn't say $87,000. He says $1,189 a month. That sounds can't I pay, right? Until you realize he just stretched it over 84 months. That's a complete 7 years, for God's sake. You'll be making payments on this truck longer than the average American marriage lasts before divorce proceedings. And you signed that it's 7.5% interest because rates aren't what they were in 2019, which means you're not paying $87,000. You're paying $103,000 when you add up every dollar that leaves your bank account. The hidden costs nobody shows you. But $1,189 a month isn't what the truck actually costs you. That's just the payment. Let's talk about the real number. The fuel consumption. The Ram 1500 5.7L Hemi gets about 15 mpg mixed. A Honda Accord gets 35 mpg. At 15,000 miles a year and $3.50 a gallon, your truck burns $3,500 annually. The Accord burns $1,500. That's $167 extra per month just to sit higher in traffic. The insurance, you're insuring a $90,000 luxury asset, not a work truck. One totaled claim costs the insurer $90,000 instead of $30,000. Collision and comprehensive premiums reflect that. Add $70 extra per month. Tires. Those aggressive all-terrain tires look great in the commercials. In real life, a full replacement set runs $1,600 to $2,200 every 45,000 miles. Amortized, that's $65 per month versus $25 for a sedan. Add $40. Maintenance, bigger engine, bigger brakes, more oil. Every part is so expensive. Add $90 per month over a comparable sedan. Registration and taxes. In states that tax by vehicle value, your annual registration on a $90,000 truck runs $900 to $1,300 depending on where you live. Let's say $85 per month. The real monthly total: $1,189 payment. Pour $67 gas pre $70 insurance, $40 tires. Tires pre $40 registration, $1,641 per month. The comparable sedan, a 3-year-old Honda Accord at $27,000, runs you about $820 total. The monthly difference is $821 every single month. The opportunity cost. $821 a month is not just money you're spending on a truck. It's money that could be doing something. Let's look at what it builds if you invest it instead. If you put $821 a month into a basic S&P 500 index fund at an 8% average annual return, which is historically conservative, after 7 years, you'd have $98,000. Almost $100,000. From the gap between 2 car payments. You could use that as a down payment on a house, which, by the way, you currently can't qualify for because your debt-to-income ratio is wrecked by the truck payment. Mortgage lenders want your total monthly debt below 43% of gross income. On an $82,000 salary, that's $2,940. Your truck alone eats $1,641 of that. You've got $1,299 left for rent, student loans, and a future mortgage. Really, a good luck is welcoming. You could take the trip to Japan you've been saying you'll take someday. You could fund an emergency account, which, important note, you currently do not have, because after the truck payment, utilities, rent, and groceries, you're saving maybe $180 a month. At that rate, your 6-month emergency fund materializes sometime around 2033. The truck breaks. Your whole life here's what nobody tells you. The truck doesn't just cost money. It warps every financial decision you make for the next decade. It's why you told your friends you were too busy when they booked that ski trip to Colorado. You had $400 in your account the week after the payment cleared. It's why you haven't asked your boss for a raise in 14 months, because deep down you know that if you push too hard and they let you go, you have 11 days before you can't cover the payment. The truck turned you from an employee into a hostage. It's why you're carrying a $5,800 credit card balance at 24% interest. The dentist visit that cost $900, the work trip where your company was slow reimbursing, Christmas, all went on the card because there was no buffer. You're now paying $116 a month in interest alone, money that buys you nothing, money that disappears just because you bought things in the past. You already gave your decision, and if you're in a relationship, that truck payment is a third person in every money conversation you have. You can't save for the kitchen renovation. You can't contribute more to retirement. You can't get ahead. The resentment compounds quietly, the same way interest does, destroying the justifications. But trucks hold their value. Yes, a $90,000 truck losing 40% in 5 years drops to $54,000. A $27,000 Accord losing 55% drops to $12,150. You still lost $36,000 versus $14,850. Percentage depreciation is a marketing trick. Absolute dollar loss is what hurts your net worth. But I might need to tow something. You might also need to deliver 400 pizzas someday. We don't buy vehicles for 2% probability scenarios. Rent a U-Haul for $39 the 6 times a year you actually move something. That's $234 a year versus $9,852 a year in extra truck costs. Do the math. But it's safer in an accident. Modern sedans score 5 stars in crash tests. The Accord, the Camry, the Mazda 6, they're engineered to protect you. A larger footprint doesn't automatically mean a safer outcome. This one's just feeling stressed up as logic. But I like how it looks. Now we're getting somewhere. That's honest. Own it. But stop calling it a practical decision. You're spending $40,000 extra over 7 years for aesthetics and social signaling. You're allowed to make that choice. Just make it with open eyes. The way out blows. So here's the actual advice. If you already own the truck and you're underwater, sell it. Yes, you'll take a hit. Yes, it'll sting, but you're currently bleeding $821 a month compared to the alternative. Stopping the bleeding now costs less than waiting 5 more years to stop it. Swallow the pride. Take the loss. Move on. If you're still deciding, don't buy it. Go find a 3-year-old Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, or Mazda 3. Buy it used. Finance it for 36 months, not 84. Your payment drops to around $450. Your total monthly transportation cost drops to around $820. You get your financial life back. Take that $821 difference. Automate it into a brokerage account the same day your car payment hits. Don't think about it. Don't touch it. In 7 years, you'll have close to $100,000, and you'll have built it doing nothing except choosing not to impress strangers in traffic. The auto industry has spent billions of dollars convincing American men that the vehicle they drive says something about who they are. And honestly, it does. It says whether you understand compound interest or you don't. It says whether you're building wealth or financing someone else's. Buy the boring car. Keep your money. Build something real. If this hit close to home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one. If this breakdown helped you, hit like, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment to us. The community here builds together, and your comment might be exactly the nudge someone else needs to begin.